This video is all about harnessing the individual strengths of everyone in your franchise network for greater success and greater profitability and greater fun. Let's face it, if business was a game that we could play, that would just be so much more fun and motivating for the franchisees and for the people working in the franchise network, so that it's engaging, it's sustainable, and it continues to provide what people are really looking for when they choose a franchise. Let's face it, they're going into business for themselves, and no one wants to go into business because they want it to be hard and a slog and boring and tedious. Part of the reason for choosing your franchise network is that the franchisees have connected somehow with your brand and they want to enjoy themselves whilst they're also building a sustainable lifestyle and achieving their goals. So let's have a look more about this concept of looking at business as a game. Oh, and by the way, that quote was from Roger James Hamilton, who is also the founder of the Talent Dynamics Profiles that you'll be taking a little later on at the end of this module. So here we have, well, we've got sport. Let's look at sport because let's face it, sport is a game, and every different type of sport has different rules, different ways of playing the game for greater success. So we've got a lot of friends in New Zealand here, so you can see obviously some rugby there. So regardless of what game it is that you play, you've got to follow the rules and really be able to harness the strengths and the talents of everyone in the team that's playing on the ground. So with regards to rugby there, you've got a rugby pitch here. So obviously a lot of people in Australia like New Zealand, and we know that rugby is very popular in it's very popular here in Australia, and it's extremely popular over in New Zealand. So that's why we thought we'd look at that. And also, of course, AFL is very dear to a lot of people in Australia as well. The thing to note is that when people are playing a game, so a sport, they're not just there to win an individual game. They're doing their best to win individual games to get as high up as they can in the rankings for the entire season. Every game matters, but overall it's the entire season that matters more than every individual game. And it's the same in a franchise too. Everybody wants to have a great business day or week or month or year, but it's about having the strategies in place and being able to work it so that year in, year out, you're able to achieve the goals that you set yourself and be sustainable whilst growing the value of the business as well. So how do teams win when they're playing a game of sport? Well, you'll see that everyone has a different position to play on the game, whether that's AFL, whether it's rugby, and everybody doesn't just run from one end of the ground to the other chasing the ball. People have different strengths, and so the people that are your forwards will tend to be more, not just skilled, but just have a natural flair for being able to score the points, whatever they are, whether that's goals, whether it's tries, and be able to score the points. Whereas the people in your backline need to be and have natural strength and abilities and skill in actually defending against the other team. So it's really important that everyone on the ground knows their role and plays their role, because it's only when they're doing that that they can actually support the other team members around them to play their roles and to ultimately succeed as a team. Now the thing is, games are won, yes, by the score, like the team with the highest score is the winning team. But it's not just about kicking those goals. It's about creating the play and the openings for the ball to flow from one end of the ground to hopefully your end of the ground to enable that to happen. And it's not just about everybody trying to get the ball. It's about them playing their role and, as I said, creating a way that the ball can flow so that one of the team members can actually make that score. And the value of every person in that team is to play their role really well and also be the leverage for other people to be able to play their role well so that you can achieve the score. It's the same in franchises. It's important that you can individualize your approach for every franchisee so that they can play their role effectively. And if they're a natural forward, that they can utilize those strengths to grow their business. And if they're a natural defender, that they can utilize those strengths to grow their business. And as someone from the franchise network that supports the franchisees, the more that you can do that, and I guess almost be the coach, all right? So your role is often off the field, is to play your role in the best way possible to bring out the best in every individual franchisee in a way that is sustainable. So if we can approach it like that and build teams and enable franchisees to build teams around them that play different roles that they don't play, so whether that's a team actually in their franchise, or whether it's their support team, maybe it's their partner or significant other, maybe it's their bookkeeper, maybe it's someone else that they go to, maybe it's other franchisees in the network that play different roles because they have different strengths, as well, of course, as the people in the franchise head office and support team too. So we want to make franchises and business fun and engaging and motivating. So let's have a little look more at that. The whole thing is that, in the words of Michael Jordan, talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence is the thing that actually enables teams to win championships. And as I mentioned, it's not just about the short term, it's about the short term and leading to the long term. Utilizing everyone's talent in a way that is really clever and really well thought out, depending on the timing in the business. So the great thing that you're going to learn, another great thing that you're going to learn over the next series of modules is not only is the talent dynamics profile that you'll do later information for you, it's actually a practical guideline, almost like an operations manual for the role that you're playing, and for the franchisee, the role that they're playing to help them put themselves in the best position to win. And to do that with intelligence, and to do that by utilizing the people around them to build their team to be able to succeed in the long term.